easy do you think it is to become a scientist or an engineer? Like all career fields, there's going to be some semblance of education. You're going to have achievements, and you're going to have pitfalls, success and failures, opportunities and barriers. But like all career fields, it should really only be the content that matters. It should be accessible for everyone to achieve. But reality has different plans. For centuries, the field of science, technology, engineering, and math, or more commonly known as STEM, has been an isolated field, one practically represented and dominated by a privileged few. In fact, employment data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics shows little as 18.9% of computer hardware engineers are women, and as little as 9.4% of electrical engineers are women. Multiple studies have even gone to show that women are more likely to leave that STEM pipeline in comparison to their male peers. It's obvious that there is a barrier for women in STEM. It's blatant, it's obvious, it's undeniable. And not everybody has the answers to it. There's 1,000 problems that have yet to be solved, all specific to each individual woman going through STEM. And unfortunately, I'm not here today to tell you the answer to that. It's a complex issue. Representation is an issue. Girls not seeing themselves become future STEM leaders in their community. Hiring discrimination is an issue. Women who do get that education don't end up getting the job or the career that they had projected to get. Even age-old ideas of women just aren't smart enough are an issue. But people can understand and identify these issues. And as a result, and as a response, people have been creating initiatives with an equality approach, meaning equal in status, rights, and opportunities. You see these well-intentioned efforts all over town, all over posters and billboards. You see them everywhere. And for the most part, that seems great. Finally, some action, not just talk, to get women involved in STEM, to get them inspired in STEM. However, this is also creating a new issue, a new form of tokenism. Hello, my name is Anna, and I am one of those girls in STEM. I love geeking out about the newest Boston Dynamic robot, or learning more about space science. And I'm also captain of a nationally renowned competitive robotics team. I didn't get this level of engineering knowledge through girl-centric engineering initiatives. In fact, it had almost made me want to quit entirely. You see, when I was first getting started and exploring careers and options, I had saw that in my school, there was a poster up for Girls in Engineering Workshop. It was really exciting. I mean, I signed up for it. It seemed like an event that I could go hang out with my friends, learn more about the steps to be an engineer. So when I got there, sat on my desk with my little pen and paper in hand, ready to take notes, there sat on my desk a handful of uncooked spaghetti and marshmallows. And instructions on how to make your own spaghetti and marshmallow tower. That was it. That was all the material that was given. All the girls at that workshop, our entire concept of engineering was built on these flimsy foundations where our spaghetti marshmallows sat. There was no real-life examples, application, or practice of STEM fundamentals. It was just baking practice. Girls don't achieve according to their environment, but rather the expectation placed upon them. So when initiatives like these are created, they are automatically assuming that girls are going to know less at a younger age. The issue with the spaghetti towers was not the spaghetti tower at all. It is a fine way to introduce STEM to young kids. But rather, it was the mentality behind it. It was the fact that every girl in that workshop had thought that this is how to be an engineer. This is how you build a tower. These are the steps you need to go through in order to become a scientist or an engineer. Initiatives like these are designed to make it easier for girls to get into STEM, to make them more comfortable in STEM, to tell girls that STEM is so easy, even you could do it. And in reality, STEM is hard. It's a hard subject to teach and a harder subject to learn. When you tell girls that it's easy and then they encounter their first issue, you are setting them up for failure. You're not just expecting them for failure, you're setting up to fail. That's why as little as 35% of women actually pursue STEM in college. That's why as little as 32% of women who are already involved in a STEM career field plan to leave their job within the first 2 years. Events like these are created solely for the credibility factor for companies. It benefits the people who run these initiatives rather than the girls they are trying to actually teach, to educate. They give fake credibility to companies that say, yes, we as a company support girls in STEM, when that's entirely not true. The start of recruitment for girls in STEM always starts at inspiring and then stops at inspiration, not ever providing that desperately needed education. It's like being a veterinarian and never touched an animal, or being a teacher and never talking with a student. It simply doesn't work. These initiatives fail when they only inspire. These equality approach initiatives fail when everyone comes in with different amounts of knowledge. These initiatives, these workshops, these projects are at its purest form capitalism targeting female empowerment for profit. In my robotics team, I helped to manage a group of 36 high schoolers as team captain. And we strive to have real-life examples and application of STEM fundamentals. We model ourselves after a professional technical company. And one of the issues we face every year, like every other team, is how do you get kids involved into robotics? What makes them stay? Oftentimes, we would have kids say, whoa, Anna, that's really cool, but I could never do that. Robots are way too smart for me. I don't know how to do that. Think about that for a second. Robots are smarter than you. In my experience, robots are by far the most unintelligent thing on this planet. You need someone to wire it, to power it, to design it, to build it, to manufacture it, to tell it what to do. Without any of those people in that process, it just becomes another hunk of metal. But how many of you have had that exact same thought, that something's too smart for you? That I don't know how to do that. How many people have had that thought? I know I have. And that's the exact sentence where these girls in STEM initiatives fail. There's probably a point in my time where I didn't even know what a wire is. But I eventually learned, as does everybody. These STEM initiatives for girls fail because inspiring girls doesn't work when there's no structure for education in place. These initiatives fail because you are valuing their participation, their presence. You have another pretty face to take a picture with, solely for the outcome of the diversity, rather than the process. This push for equality-based system doesn't work anymore. It has ultimately stifled progress for STEM. This push for Rosie the Riveter themed, you can do it, doesn't work when all you do is inspire. These approaches are obsessed with the idea of inspiration, unhealthily so. It's obsessed with the outcome, the textbook image of equality, rather than the processes behind it. It's babying girls into STEM. What we do need is an equity model, a model that is fair and impartial and will adapt to individuals' needs and knowledge. An equity system teaches girls that rather than valuing their presence, it values their efforts, regardless of the complexity of efforts. I know I can stand up here today and tell you that I'm a leader because of my own ability, because of my own effort, not because my team wanted another pretty face to take a picture of, not because I was there to fulfill some company's diversity quota. STEM has historically been a barrier for many people, but it doesn't have to be that way. I'm talking to everyone here when I say to look at the foundation you are building. I am talking to mentors, advisors, industry professionals. I'm talking to women already in STEM and everyday people. Look at every step you take towards STEM education and ask yourself, is it the right one? Don't waste your time with spaghetti and marshmallow towers. STEM needs more people looking for solutions, looking for answers, looking for improvements. By far, this issue that I've shown today only represents a fraction of the issues that women are facing. My voice does not speak for everybody, for every woman in science, technology, engineering, and math. STEM needs more conversations, more people questioning. There's never one encompassing solution. Thank you.